All right, we're back in Contactually. Now what we're going to do is we're going to set up some follow-up on one of the buckets. So we got all of our buckets, everybody bucketed in our deal. So I'm going to go straight to the buckets right here. And as you can see, this is kind of a health meter of how much we've stayed in contact over the past 7 days. So see this reminder? This is when I want Contactually to remind me to follow up with these guys. So, you know, we've got this dummy program, friends and family follow up every 60 days, past clients every 90 days, professional colleagues every 120 days. I do a few non-important people that I've met over the years that maybe don't live around me. Maybe I send them an email every once in a while, but I don't follow up with them on a regular basis. So we have a lot of other deals. Okay, so here we have rentals, and I don't have any time to follow up with them, so I should probably follow up with the rental guys. So what I'm going to do is open up the rentals, and I want to set a goal for this program. So days. I'm going to put this here just so I know what the goal is. In the reminder days, we're going to go ahead and change this here. So I want to do it every 60 days, so I'm going to put that here. So that's now the bucket is active to remind me every 60 days. So I got a couple people here in the rentals, and this is what's up the follow-up. So what's going to happen is the program is going to keep an eye out on this for me, and I don't have to remember anything. But what's going to happen is when this, so last time I talked was April 16th. Today is the 25th. So that would be 9 days. So 51 days from now, it's going to be 60 days since the last time it knows I sent an email out. And then basically it's going to say, hey, reminder, you need to follow up with these guys. What the beautiful part about this is I don't have to remember. I'm not going to remember people 60 days out, even 30 days out, if I contacted them or not. So it's thinking for me. It's kind of my personal assistant. And this is a great tool. Another thing that you need to realize too, that once we set this up to remind me to contact them every 60 days, is that if I talk to them before then it's going to reset the clock for 60 more days. I mean, isn't that awesome? I mean, it's literally just thinking for you. When you connect those Facebook and email accounts and everything in, it's so rich in features that it's basically doing all the remembering, all the thinking for you. It knows when you send an email, it knows when you received one, and it's all doing this in the background without you having to remind yourself or write it down to do it. So again, set goals, set the reminder days. You know, you can delete a bucket. This is a good one to have for rentals. So once you put somebody in a rental, they're obviously going to probably want to buy in the next year, 2 years, whatever the situation is. You know, they don't rent forever usually. So again, this was a good example of how to set up a follow-up on a bucket. And then once you have your reminder set up, then it goes into autopilot. Now, when you set up the reminders, what it's going to do is when you go to your dashboard, it is going to say I have 106 follow-ups in this account. And so basically, since I've set these reminders for the expired and canceled was every 7 days. If I hadn't talked to him, I want to make sure I'm at least touching him that often. I just go to follow-up. I click on follow-up here when I sign in, and it basically pulls it up for me. And it has all the recent conversations that I've had with them. It tells me when they open the email, if they click on anything in the email, and then it reminds me in 7 days if they don't reply. And they're a part of an initial contact program, which I'll go into in programs later. But basically, I just click follow up. It brings up an email. I can type a quick note. I can use one of my email templates. But that's basically, once you get that reminder, that's what it looks like in your dashboard. And then you just sit down in the morning, and if you have stuff coming up in your deal, you just start churning away at knocking those out. You know, some of these, like, this is one of my buddies. He got a new job. So it's like, follow up with him. Hey, congratulations on the new job. Michelle didn't respond to my message 7 days ago, so I need to get back with her. I know Cassie, I was on Facebook. I messaged her about a workout last week. She didn't get back to me on, so that's great. But yeah, you have a lot of people that just tells you to follow up with, and you set all those parameters, and then it all comes here, and then all you have to do is just knock it out. It's remembering for you. So that's kind of setting up reminders in buckets and kind of where it ends up. As we get further along, we'll talk about other advanced features in the program, but that's all for now.